Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fortress Comic News, episode 65. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside
Mike, the other host. It's me.
The Rising Sun.
Yeah. I like the color scheme too. It's really bright and filled with hope. Hey, kind of like the new Shazam movie coming out.
Would you say like A New Hope?
Oh, yeah, A New Hope too. Yeah, why not? Like Star Wars reference, DC Cinematic Universe reference. We have a special guest on the show again today, returning for the third time.
Yeah.
Travis Holyfield.
He has now usurped the Wayward Raven guys as our
returning
guest. On the most, so
we'll be talking to him. He's got another Kickstarter project up, so we'll give you the details on that. TV, The Walking Dead, is getting pretty interesting. I didn't expect because I still think we have like 6 episodes left, but I didn't expect spoilers, the whole fight between Negan and Rick to happen so early.
Yeah.
And Negan's people kind of abandoned him, so I guess he's kind of stuck on his own now.
Yeah, it was finally kind of an action-filled episode where stuff happened.
Yeah,
really cool.
That like moved the plot along. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, and the twist at the end as to what happens, I didn't see coming.
Yeah, the crazy garbage lady caught Negan. So we'll see. I almost guarantee she's bringing him back to Rick to kind of like barter and get back in with the community. I didn't really care for the whole side story of like that lady who looked like some type of senator or like political figure.
Yeah, that was definitely strange. It was setting something up. I mean,
there's
no way around it.
For sure.
I mean, it was them giving, because she gave them plans for like all these different things they can use for a community. So it's definitely setting up the future of the community and what we know become.
What if she by the end of it she's like, here you go, here's the plans to build something, and it's like the Death Star. And she was crazy the whole time. She was just a lunatic with some like Death Star child's book.
I'm down with that.
And it's like, here you go, you gave us your resources, here's our book on how to build the future.
Well, all she asked for was like records.
Pickles? Yeah, records, I guess.
Yeah, it was weird.
And the people that she was with are weird too. I don't know. The whole thing was just weird. It made me. There's like, you could almost split the episode 50-50 with like 2 different stories happening, and there's always one that I just don't care about. is what these episodes are turning into. Krypton premiere. Did you watch it? Are you going to watch it?
I did watch it.
You did watch it?
I'm assuming you did not.
No, I didn't watch it. I actually, well, you talk about that, but I'll say why I haven't watched it yet.
So I watched it, and it was a lot of setup, letting you know where all the characters are and what's going on. So basically, we're following Superman's grandfather, and that character, his grandfather, was deemed a traitor and was killed for it. And
the grandfather's grandfather?
Yes.
Okay.
So nobody can wear the crest of L. It's like banished in Krypton. And it was all because he had this idea that there were other people out there, like other races and aliens, different planets. And it went against the word of Ra. So a lot of like inside Superman stuff going on here. All in all, like the development in the first episode is really good. We know who everyone is. We get to meet Adam Strange right away. They tease like a lot of stuff. Like they even tease Doomsday at one point. You get to see Brainiac, and he looks awesome.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of him. He does look really good.
Yeah, and the whole story is basically that Adam Strange has come back to Krypton because Brainiac has decided that the only way he can defeat Superman is to go back in time and destroy Krypton before super Kal-El's ever born. So that's why Brainiac is there.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's fairly interesting. I'll give it a few more episodes. I liked the first episode.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I just have to check it out. I actually started watching Legends of Tomorrow again because I started with the episode. I'm like on the episode where Constantine comes back.
Okay.
And like it turns into a whole like I don't know. It's almost like a Justice League Dark show now. So it's actually really good. I'm getting back into it. The last episode I watched, the alternate Earth, Captain Cold went back home finally. So now there's no more Captain Cold. But the episode I just got done watching, it was Heatwave got to be like the captain for an episode. It was pretty awesome. He was just like trying to watch a football game and drink beer, and he like kept yelling at them to like do shit. It was awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check out the premiere of Krypton. We got a new Avengers Infinity War trailer. That thing was friggin' awesome.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I've watched that quite a few times. I am very pumped for the movie. And if you saw my Twitter, you saw some of the Scream caps I grabbed from it. I think that one of the, what do they call them? The dark, the
Black Order.
Yeah. They, one of them looks like Voldemort, the guy that like is fighting Doctor Strange.
Ebony Maw, yeah.
Yeah. They copy paste his nose from Voldemort. But that scene, I mean, that got me so hyped to see like Thanos punching or trying to punch Cap, and Cap's just like tired of his shit. I know a lot of people I've been talking to have rosters of who they think are going to die in this movie, and I think almost everybody's number one is Cap. Just like seeing, I mean, he's face to face with Thanos. It's usually doesn't end well for you.
Yeah, it was really great. They hearkened to a lot of stuff from Infinity Gauntlet too, including that moment with Cap, where in the Infinity Gauntlet comic, he has that speech about if only one man stands against you, then you'll never win.
Yeah,
and then right in the beginning, when they talk about how if he gets all the gems or stones, whatever they're calling them in this universe, all he has to do is snap his fingers and he can destroy half the universe, things like that. So it hit all the right buttons.
Yeah, the trailer is definitely good. You got to see some Spider-Man action. I'm really pumped. We actually got another Deadpool trailer. This one was a little more serious. And we actually see that he's assembling the X-Force, they call him, which is pretty interesting. But they also hint at, like, in the trailer, they poke fun at, like, how many movies you're going to do. Okay, I hope they ended at 2 or something like that. So I don't know if that was like, okay, we're done after 2 Deadpool movies, or they're going to keep making them. So I'm not sure. But it was a good trailer. Definitely hyped for that movie as well. We got some news about a new... Yeah, I know. We got a new DC movie added with a director. Ava DuVernay is going to direct a New Gods movie.
Yes, she is.
Which is like, okay, everybody's like, this could be a great idea. I don't care how this is. I don't know how this is going to end up in the lineup of all the movies, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think they're going to set the New Gods up as like the Guardians of the Galaxy of the DC universe, or something like that. But there's so many characters they got. I mean, like, if you get a New Gods movie without Granny Goodness in it, it's like you failed already. Yeah, I guess their direct comparison in the Marvel universe, the New Gods would be the Shi'ar, I believe. Right? Damn, I just got a good deep cuts reference. Yeah, with like Gladiator as part of the Shi'ar. I think Light Ray one of the Marvel heroes. I don't know. That's my extent of Marvel knowledge, but I'm kind of upset about this because I've long been trying to get New Gods #1, the comic.
Not gonna know.
Average is like $50 or $60. Since the announcement of this trailer, I can't get anything. I can't get a bid on eBay on these books for like under $80, and it's like I wasn't trying to be a speculator with this one. I just wanted the first appearance of Orion. So now, thank you for screwing me over so early in my collecting career, assholes. I'm sure I could afford it again in maybe 10 years when it's up to like $5,000. But yeah, it's directly affected my collection. It's
an interesting idea. I never found the New Gods to be all that interesting outside of Dark Side, obviously, but
yeah. And I almost think it's the popularity of Mr. Miracle right now. But the one thing I have to say after reading Tom King's Vision, the thing about the Mr. Miracle story and the Vision story is those are great stories. They don't necessarily have to have Vision or Mr. Miracle in them. Yeah. It's not really anything that is too deep in the lore of like Vision or Mr. Miracle to be like, oh yes, this is the greatest. It's the greatest story. It's a really good story, but it's not like, I don't think it would be what the fans would want, like a Mr. Miracle movie of him and Big Barda like in a relationship.
Yeah, and this has to be one of those announcements too, where they wanted to get up ahead of the announcement because what was the woman's name? Ava something.
DuVernay.
She just got done doing A Wrinkle in Time, which I guess like did really bad.
Yeah.
So I think she was signed way ahead of time, and now they're just trying to get up ahead of it. Because I don't remember this movie ever being announced, let alone having a director. But we'll see. I mean, it could be good.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it either, so it kind of came out of nowhere. All right, so we're gonna get Travis on the show. We're gonna do an interview with him, and then we'll be back and talk more about comics.
I was having this conversation. This is weird. It's the second time it's come up this weekend with somebody yesterday about how, like, I know cigarettes aren't good for you, but they look cool.
Yeah, they look
like,
so cool.
People look cool when they smoke.
Yeah.
But no one can look cool while vaping. Like, the coolest people, like Scarlett Johansson, George Clooney, like, you could get them up there vaping and they would still look like fucking imbeciles.
It looks stupid. So dumb.
Yeah.
But
fuck it.
Okay. Hey, and it goes back to the thing of, like, you look cool smoking, why else would they have candy cigarettes? Like, come on.
You make a strong case.
Why else would Chris want to buy candy cigarettes? Because he just wants to be cool.
Because they're goddamn delicious.
Because I know I'm not talking about. I'm like, we found the shitty bubblegum ones that are like green and pink. We're like, no, we want the ones that actually look like the stuff that destroys your lungs.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want it to look like.
I got the one.
You need that like verisimilitude whenever you're going to have your candy cigarette break. I probably just used that word wrong, by the way. So
I can't even fact check you because I don't write anything. What the hell? Get out your dictionary, Chris.
It's around here somewhere.
The appearance of being true or real. I was in fact correct. Verisimilitude is the appearance of being true or real.
It sounds like a Decepticon.
No, that's Versimilitron. That's Versimilitron. Is what you're thinking.
Versimilitron.
Oh, you fucking nerd! The hell?
What the fuck's wrong with you? No. The person I work with just had a baby. A person I work with just had a baby, and the whole time leading up to it, they were kind of dithering back and forth on names, and I just kept being like, I think Optimus Prime is an awesome name for a young lad.
That is the best name, because then, like, you recognize him in public and be like, he is the alpha male. I mean, it says it in his name, like.
I just think it's a strong name. It's a strong name. It's masculine, but it's also noble in its bearing. It's not like a name that's so masculine that like you're almost intimidated by it.
See, with a name like that,
Nick is one of those names. Nick is one of those names. Like almost every time I meet somebody named Nick, I'm like, this guy's named Nick. It's a pretty good chance he could kick my ass. This guy's named Nick, so it's an aggressively strong name.
I never thought about the name Nick like that. That's interesting.
So I have a friend named Nick from England who's like 95 pounds soaking wet with rocks in his pockets. He'd be really amused to hear me say that about his name.
So, true story, I've told my girlfriend over and over again that if I have a son, I want him to be named Damian Wayne Runt. Preferably Damian Wayne George Runt, but that's my father and all that. And
so wait, his first name is Damian Wayne, or
no, his first name's Damian, then he has two middle names, Wayne George Runt. So
I have two middle names.
My family loves to do that shit. Yeah. So
Wayne George. Okay.
George is my father's name.
Yeah, I understand. Continue.
So I had her going for a while, and she was like all about it, and then somebody fucking ruined it for me and told her like Damian Wayne, that's the son of Batman. I was like, motherfucker, if she didn't know that, she would have gone for it.
Wow. You almost had it, dude. You almost had it.
Not for nothing, but at some point she's gonna figure it out.
Yeah, someone was gonna tell her.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's gonna come. That would happen after the birth certificate was signed, and you know,
like the doctor's like, you mean like Robin?
You're like, God, I made it all the way to the 0 hour, and then the GYN.
Oh my God, it's
fucking low ball star Batman and Robin.
There. Dude, it's just like the ending to The Dark Knight Rises, where it's like, well, I don't think. Why don't you just use your real name, Robin? It's like, shut up. Oh my God.
That was the point where I was like, fuck you, movie. Fuck you.
It was like,
God damn it, Christopher Nolan.
Shoving this down our throats.
I love all of your work that's not this aggressively bad.
Yeah.
I have feelings on those movies. So
I have I just love anything with Batman in it, so I really can't.
I'd like to see a movie with Batman in it. I don't know that I have yet. That's my problem.
There was a movie made in the 60s.
Yeah,
I liked that one. I liked.
Yeah,
I liked Mask of the Phantasm. I'm one of those
man.
nerds. One of those nerds. Actually, I'll tell you something. I think that I was just watching the first Tim Burton the other day, and I go back and forth on it. Like, there was a period where I was like, "Fuck this movie. It's not Batman at all." But it's actually, I think, closer to Batman than like the Nolan movies are. I feel like it's a stronger Batman feeling.
So we're talking about with Keaton?
Yeah.
With Keaton and Nicholson, yeah.
I always thought, when this was like when Christian Bale came out, and they finished the trilogy, and they were like, who's the definitive Batman? I always said that, like, I think Keaton was my favorite Bruce Wayne. I can't remember which one. I remember I really liked Keaton's Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think part of it is, the score of that movie, and Jack Nicholson as the Joker too. That's pretty good. I don't know.
It's arguably one of the top 5 Tim Burton movies, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then everybody always forgets about Val Kilmer playing Batman. Like, he never comes up. It's like never addresses anything.
All right, my favorite Bruce Wayne would probably have been George Clooney if he was in a better movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like Clooney is the guy to me who, like, most can carry off all of that. And even though that movie is objectively horrible, his Batman, like, the dude still fucking looks like Batman to me. Like, it's just, it's that jaw and that presence and everything. Like, when dude shows up on the screen, he still fucking looks like Batman.
That was a missed opportunity there.
Hugely missed opportunity. And the other thing about the first one, the Keaton Nicholson one, fucking Prince soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you've got the Burton, like, thematic soundtrack, but then you've got that Prince album, which is, I just listened to that again not too long ago. That album is fucking bananas.
I forgot about him doing that.
Oh my God, dude, listen to that album again. First of all, if you like Prince at all, it's fucking great. Yeah. There's some great stuff on there. But also, it's fucking dirty. For, like, it's like a Batman. Like, there were toys for this movie, man. Like, I was in like 7th or 8th grade when this flick came out. Like, I was into this movie. I was like a kid. And this fucking soundtrack is filthy in places.
I guess I never paid attention.
Like, Prince thought more about Batman fucking than anybody in the history of comics. Like Prince really, really has some strong opinions about the way Batman fucks.
I feel like if Kevin Smith was allowed to take himself off the leash, he would probably usurp that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But then it would still have that, like, I guess it's that thing of, like, when I'm listening to the Prince album, it's Batman fucking the way the Prince fucks. If it's Kevin Smith, it's going to be Batman fucking the way Kevin Smith fucks, which is like
just eating a lot of pussy,
like cape, just cape and top still on, just bottom half naked, just fucking Winnie the Poohing it straight in there.
Winnie the Poohing it,
man.
Oh my God.
Technically, any bear, I guess, really any bear character is not Yogi. Yogi is what, like
that was
collar
great.
and
No,
tie,
that was the perfect one because Pooh is a bear, but he also only just wears a shirt.
Yeah,
with no bottoms. That was it. That you nailed it.
Wow. All right, I think with that we can start the interview.
Oh my god!
So
I just have this image. I just have this image of like Winnie the Pooh in a porno now.
Winnie the Pooh dressed as Batman in a porno.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What
so
is
everybody,
happening?
I don't know where
that's going to show up on
we're coming partway through, and we've got the amazing, talented Travis Holyfield with us. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! I'm going to have to drink a lot tonight to get this image out of my head.
Good luck.
Oh my god.
The only way out is through, man. Start a sketchbook, and every time you go to a convention, ask an artist to draw that for you.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh dressed as Batman.
Dressed as Batman.
In a porno. I mean, I just think Winnie the Pooh dressed as Batman is fine, but you know,
yeah,
you're the one that threw that extra layer on there. I'm gonna
find the most. I'm gonna go to the next Comic-Con I go to. I'm gonna find the most like indie artist. Like, you know, the first, you know, they're just there just to promote their little thing. Is this your first con? Yeah, okay. Oh, I see you're doing sketches. Yeah, could you do me like Winnie the Pooh in a Batman costume, just fucking?
I'm gonna tell you flat out that is not gonna be the weirdest fucking thing that somebody has asked that person to draw or will ask that person to draw.
That's kind of concerning.
I went to Heroes Con a couple years ago, and I met this awesome girl. This girl named Emma. And she does commissions at every con she goes to, but her thing is that it's so very fucking specific. And this is why I dug this person so much. Her thing was she likes to get sexy commissions of unsexy characters.
Wow.
Like the Incredible Hulk in kind of like a draw me in one of your French girls pose with just like something covering up his Hulk junk. Yeah. Or, you know, like, I don't know, Mr. Freeze in a Speedo. Like, I don't know all the shit she has, but it's like, it was so specific and fucking hilarious.
That is awesome.
And I told her she needed to start like a Tumblr or an Instagram with all of them because they're absolutely clutch. Yeah, it's such a very specifically weird idea. I enjoy it.
That is awesome.
I like weird people with weird interests. What can I say?
We have Travis on the show for a reason that I think we kind of forgot about. This it's your third time on the show. It's you're the first third.
Hat trick, nice.
Hat trick, yeah. Travis Hat Trick Holyfield. We did it.
I'm aiming to be like the Steve Martin of this podcast, guys. Yeah. Like, just I want to show up like once every couple seasons and just like be the gold standard for your repeating guests.
Yeah, I mean, we tell all our guests that you have the mantle right now, and they have to live up to that. So
fucking right.
Yeah, so we told
bring it on, everybody else in comics.
Yeah, chumps.
So,
but anyways, why are we here today, Chris? Why do you bring it up?
That's great dead air, guys. This is good broadcasting.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Well, when you're trying to get us to focus on a subject, it really doesn't work. We work better when we're not actually thinking about something.
Yeah,
which is really tough because we have like really good guests coming up, including yourself, and some of them I'm pretty sure aren't going to put up with our shit. But
no, no, this won't be a podcast for much longer. This might be the finale episode. So
I'm honestly surprised that it didn't end the moment Colin Bunn told me to stop fucking talking about Aquaman. But
yeah. Yeah, the one thing you do when you bring a writer on your show, don't ask him about the one thing that everybody hated that he wrote. I think Chris learned that the hard way.
Look, I can't speak for Colin Bunn. I mean, I could, but that's really fucking stupid of me to do.
You might as well do it. You might as well just do it.
Idiotic for me to just be like, here's what I think he said. I think there's a level at which, you know, you want people to appreciate everything you do. So
yeah,
I don't. What questions? It was. You know, the question is, what was Chris asking about Aquaman? You know, was it respectful?
I want to be clear that like it didn't really go down that way. He was very nice about it, and he's a really cool guy. But I was trying to get to a line of questioning to talk about like how he deals with like idiots on the internet, and I started that question by saying like your Aquaman run, and he just goes, "Oh, do we have to talk about the fucking Aquaman run?" And yeah, and then he spent the next 10 minutes talking about Aquaman. So it was a lot of fun. But he fully admitted, he's like, "Yeah, I really like this run of Aquaman. I forget the run it was now, but it was my favorite run, and that's what I based my run on. And I found out real fucking quick that nobody else liked that run except for me."
That's the problem, man. Like when you like stuff and you want to emulate something, and then you realize, like, oh, I'm part of a very specific audience. The Punisher is a great example. The Punisher stories that I fucking love are the ones that nobody else fucking enjoys.
Yeah.
Like Frankencastle. Yes. Frankencastle's fucking awesome, dude. I'm sorry. Like, there's only so many. How many times do you see the Punisher, like, you know, fucking shooting a drug dealer, or like, you know, blowing up a mobster? Like, Frankencastle to me, or fucking Matt Fraction's run was awesome. Like the shooting a fucking Stiltman in the dick with a rocket launcher, like right out of the gate. That's fucking awesome. You know, I like that, the weird shit, because to me it's like a fairly one-note character, and I like when people do something outside of the gate.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, like, every time it comes up, like, well, you know, talk about the Punisher, and I'm like, I fucking love Frankencastle. Chills the room right out.
That is the only reason I know about Frankencastle is because I was doing a Marvel subscription back in the day, and my book ended, and they were just like, we'll just send him Punisher instead. And it started at the beginning of Frankencastle, and I read it and like, this is amazing. Like, why did no one think of this before? But are you reading the current Punisher? Because he currently has the War Machine outfit, and it's just like him, like, oh, well, I got like one of the most sophisticated piece of technologies in the world, and I can kill anybody I want to. Let's just go fuck up this nation of people.
I have not. I've got a bunch of stuff stacked up that I have to get to, and that's one of the things I'm stupid excited about.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have a reason.
Yeah. So we're back on Kickstarter again.
This is my thing that I do, guys, because I go on podcasts that, especially ones that I've been on a few times, like yours. My buddies have a comedy podcast called Fistful of Jokes I go on, and I go there ostensibly to talk about my projects and my Kickstarters, and then we just end up bullshitting for conservatively 2 hours. So strap in, folks. Yep. But yeah, the reason I'm on the show is because I am doing a Kickstarter to complete the series Street Clothes that I was on last time.
Yep.
I believe, to talk about the kickoff of that Kickstarter.
Yeah, now here we are. We're in the middle of it right now, right?
We are in, like, I believe tomorrow we will be 2 weeks left. And we bypassed the 50% mark this weekend, which is pretty awesome. I tweeted just before we started recording that we were doing this, and I was like, everybody make a big donation, make these guys look good, make them feel like, you know. So like I'm keeping an eye on it, just like see if this like jumps up to a ridiculous number. It actually jumped up a couple bucks. So yeah, you guys threw a little. It's like a $20 bump on there. Nice job.
Yeah, there we go. Did a good job. All right, interview over. Leave.
All right, we'll see you later.
No, fuck that shit, please. You guys can go away, but let me talk to your captive audience for a minute here and ask them to please support the Street Clothes Kickstarter.
So yeah, the first issue of Street Clothes was really, really fucking good. And
thank you.
So first of all, I want to say that you got Bendis to contribute to this.
I'm not gonna say I got Bendis to do anything. That was something. Dude, that was completely unexpected and just knocked my fucking socks off. Yeah. No, I mean, like, a big thing for me with the Kickstarters is I'm a woefully obscure indie comics person. You know what I mean? Like trying to pay dues and break in and all that good stuff. And getting this book published for me, there's a lot of social media involved. I don't have the social media reach that a lot of folks do or could potentially. Yep. So a big part of my Kickstartering and me trying to get fundraising for these books is just going to people who I respect, who I follow online, whose work I really dig and think is at least, somebody who likes their stuff would be interested in my stuff. I'm not just like firing it out to everybody on the planet, but like people like, Gail Simone, Matthew Rosenberg, Jim Zub gave us a great, retweet. Heather Antos, who is just left Marvel or is in the process of leaving Marvel, does this great Signal Boost Sunday thing every Sunday where she just like will retweet people's projects, stuff like that. Those signal boosts from people whose work I respect, who have a bit of a platform, they're clutch. They're huge for us. And every time we get one, we get some level of a bump. So Bendis is somebody obviously I've followed forever. I have a very storied relationship with his message board, the message board he used to have on Jinx World. That's where I met my wife, in addition to probably a good dozen to 24 of my closest friends. So, Bendis is a dude who like is a real huge influence on me, like whose opinion and the way he does business I respect. So I reached out to him the last year and asked for a retweet, and he gave me one, and we got a huge bump off of it. And something about getting a retweet from like people like that, like when Gail Simone retweets me, when Bendis retweets me, like it's like God giving you a little pat on the ass and being like, "Good job, Tiger. Nice job, kid.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
You know the feeling.
Good game. But do you really? That's good." So yeah, we got a little bump off it, and he gave us an inadvertent pull quote where he just like, "I really like the title. I'm mad I didn't think of it," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to use the shit out of that. I'm going to put that on every banner."
Yeah.
So I reached out to him this time, and I was like, "Hey, could you give us a retweet? We got the campaign going. I think people that dig your stuff would dig this," because that's the feedback I've gotten. The tagline I keep using for the book is Jessica Jones meets Reservoir Dogs, because that's the thing that people keep coming back to with it. Is like, that's a vibe we get. And honestly, it's kind of a vibe we were going for with it. So I asked him for the retweet, and he not only retweeted it, but like a minute or two later, he tweets, and it's I just backed Street Clothes on Kickstarter. And I was dude, I was so blown away. I was so overwhelmed with it, with like, just pure gratitude and how fucking cool that is.
Yeah.
And I just hope I'm in a position someday to be that cool to somebody else. Like it was just fantastic. And honestly, I've had a couple of people, I've talked to some people that are like, "Well, you got to get on that, man. Just like keep hammering that angle." And I'm like, I don't want to go back to that well too often, man, because that dude just did me a major solid. I don't want to, abuse that privilege, if you will. But also just, like I said, it was really special to me. It meant a lot. It really meant a lot that he did that. And, that's basically
all you need to say is the book is so good that Brian Michael Bendis is backing it on Kickstarter.
See, that's the kind of shit I don't want to do. It's the promise I don't want to make.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I already made that
it's
promise.
That good.
Just be like, no, Bendis is really nice to me. I went online and said, I retweeted you on one of them. And I said, Bendis backed it. If it's good enough for Bendis, then it's good enough for you. So...
It has nothing. I'm sure it's all about the quality and nothing to do with the fact that I've been one of the dude's fans for like 20 years and was a presence on his message board, and like I've met him a couple times.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like he wouldn't know me if I snuck up and bit him on the ass, I'm sure. But I have had the privilege of going to a couple cons and being like, yeah, man, I was on the Bendis board, and he knows who I am. As soon as you tell him like, "Oh, I was so and so on the board," he knows exactly who you are.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. So what are we doing with this Kickstarter? What are we backing now? We've gotten the first issue out, so what are we doing now?
This is the rest of the series. If we if we stick the landing on this, and fingers crossed that we will, this will complete the 5 issues Street Clothes series that we envisioned it. We did really well with the last one. The last one was basically to get everything, all the initial startup costs, and to get everybody paid. That's the whole thing with the Kickstarter. It's just paying the collaborators.
Collaborators.
I like that I said verisimilitude earlier with no problem whatsoever.
No problem.
But collaborators, I stumbled over.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I did have to go make sure that I was using verisimilitude correctly, though. I can't brag on myself too much.
I still think it's the Decepticons, so that's fine.
It could be, man. I don't know. I don't know all the Decepticons. I'm not an expert. So no, we did really well in the last one. We got the first issue funded. Everybody got paid. I was kind of creative in the way that I moved money around and spent money, so I actually got a little bit further into the series than I'd even anticipated with it.
Awesome.
And then, I sold a bunch of stuff, sold some comics, sold some collectibles, maxed out a couple credit cards, and got us right to where we are now, which is, God, we're most of the way done. So our artist, Von Randall, has turned in his pencils and inks for the first 4 issues. So he only has the last issue to complete. And then we've got colors done for the second issue. Our letterer, Taylor Esposito, has got, I just saw him download some stuff off of our Dropbox today. So letters are in progress. So yeah, if we stick the landing to the series will be done and out and in everybody's hands, and I can start thinking about the next thing. So that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody go back that.
Please.
Go to Kickstarter.
It's you can go to Kickstarter and look for Street Clothes. I also did tinyurl.com/street clothes will get you right there. And we can use, we're past the halfway point, which is great, but it's also the part where it starts to become a little bit more of a slog. It's harder to get the momentum. Mm-hmm. So I would be very happy, very thrilled if anybody who's hearing this or seeing this could check it out. And if you're so inclined, throw some money at it. We got some cool gifts, not gifts so much, rewards. We've got some cool rewards on there. And even if you can't support, just boost the signal. Tell people about it. Spread the words. If you like comics, you like crime stories, check it out, hit it up. I think it's a really, really good book.
Awesome.
You heard it. Travis thinks it's good. So head over to the Kickstarter, donate it to it, and we will remind people along the way for sure.
Yes.
Groovy.
So, Travis, we have, back the last time you were on, we did this little thing every week, and we've since stopped doing it.
I was wondering about this, if we were going to do this or not.
But I figured, having you back, we have to do it again. So, I'm bringing back the Shitty Villain of the Week.
Nice. We're bringing it back for an episode. I'm excited. Oh wait, I'm part of it, but I'm still excited for the shitty.
It's okay to be excited for a thing you're part of.
Yeah, right. But he didn't tell me what it is this week, and this is my surprise.
Well, I have my phone out right now so that I can.
Yeah, I gotta get ready. I'll mute my microphone because I have a mechanical keyboard when I try to type, and I want everybody's eardrums to be healthy when they hear us talk about them.
Yeah, people love it when he just clacks on that thing.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm pretty sure
just like a tiny little clack. I want to.
You want to hear a tiny clack? Okay.
Yeah, give us an example.
Nothing?
That's no big deal. That's not.
Oh, okay. All right, I don't feel so bad.
I made it sound like my ears were going to bleed.
All right, then. Fuck your eardrums. I don't care.
Guys, I am giving him my permission to play on his keyboard.
Nice.
Okay.
You can blame me, not him.
Okay. Good. It's in. We've recorded it. He can't go back on his word now. Okay, what is it? Well, who are we talking about this week?
This character's first appearance is from Ebnoxio the Clown versus the X-Men #1.
Oh, is this going to be Ice Cream?
It is Ice Cream.
Nice! I don't have to look this shit up.
Oh my! That was like a Jeopardy question.
Nerd level 5, baby.
So, Ice Cream was born a mutant. At an early age, discovered he had the amazing ability to turn into any flavor of ice cream he wished, including a banana split.
Shit. Is the banana his dick? Everybody's wondering, right?
It's entirely possible.
I don't think they got into it, but I'm
going to tell you definitively that I'm not sure that Ice Cream has a dick per se. So this is him. There we go. This is him turning into ice cream so that he can slide under a door. I'm not sure that Homeboy has junk to really speak of.
So, but think about it this way: to get under that door, right? He had to turn himself into ice cream, but then he's got to wait for himself to melt. Right, because you just turn it into ice cream. He still has to wait for you're not a liquid yet.
I think it's kind of a Wonder Twins thing. He seems to have a little bit of control over the motion. He doesn't just like turn into ice cream and then sit there, with the Haagen-Dazs waiting for somebody to pick him up.
Like that's how he infiltrates people. He like puts himself on the shelf.
Absolutely.
Finds out what favorite brand of their ice cream it is, and he's like, okay, all right, here we go.
His costume is kind of badass. I mean, it's very basic, just like dark blue bodysuit, but it's not a bad costume.
So one day Ice Cream decided he was going to destroy the X-Men, since their powers made his look stupid.
It's going to be a long line of people you have to destroy if that's your criteria, pal.
He might even have to go up against like who was the one they just had at Jessica Jones? The Wizard?
The Wizard.
I'm pretty sure the Wizard is even better than this guy.
So months later, he arrived at the Xavier Institute and snuck into the mansion. A clown by the name of Abnoxio, however, was at the mansion at the same time and helped the X-Men stop Ice Cream by freezing him.
So he wasn't frozen yet. Oh my god.
After this event, Ice Cream dropped out of sight and has not been heard from since. It is unknown whether he was depowered after House of M.
He's been sitting in the freezer ever since. Like, he's playing the long game right now, the long con, where he's like...
Now, I should mention that I think it's anybody's guess as to whether or not Ice Cream is in continuity, as his one and only appearance is in this Abnoxio the Clown versus the X-Men crossover. Yes. Abnoxio, by the way, being the former mascot of Marvel, had this like Mad Magazine-esque thing. Fuck. I keep wanting to say Cracked, but it's not Cracked.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
crazy. It's crazy. Crazy, I think. I think it's crazy. Or the not brand Eck thing that they used to have.
That they brought back.
Yeah.
So Ice Cream, his powers, we went over that he can turn to any flavor ice cream, but he can also melt himself down and pass under objects.
Oh, there you go. There's your answer,
Mike. Yeah. Wow. So let's see. He doesn't have no abilities, no weapons. He has paraphernalia. He has the refrigeration unit. That's what it's listed on Marvel.com.
Paraphernalia, yeah. I have paraphernalia. Watch out. Oh no, he has paraphernalia.
He has a refrigeration unit costume.
Oh.
So I guess when he takes the costume off, he turns into the liquid?
He melts? Is that how it melts? Wow. Makes him... He's not the greatest on when he takes girls home, that's for sure. He's like, okay, time to slip out of my... He just melts to the floor.
You guys, there is for real an Ice Cream fan site.
No, there's not.
What? Whoa.
Hand to God. Hand to God. There is an Ice Cream fan site. It's icecream.webs.com. I am looking at it right now.
Scream.
Holy swear word, man. Wow.
Is this for real? Is this real life?
This is real life, David.
What the hell?
Icecream.webs.com. Alright. Oh, Jesus. It's the Ice Cream fan site.
I had no motive to lie to you guys.
Look at that header. So I hope everybody is
that header is gorgeous.
Yeah, that header is pretty good.
It's really, really good. Like, I don't know how great the rest of the web design is, but that header is like, it's actually beautiful.
This is crazy to me that this even exists.
I have no words. I feel like, Mike, our goal in life now is to recreate this website, but for Codpiece. Because Codpiece is
I already created a... I created my own fan site for Codpiece now. I should, though. After seeing this, like, come on.
The person who created this website has the email. I promise all the listeners out there, I'm going to email this person and try to get them on the show.
Awesome.
We're going to get this person on the show. for anyone that's wondering,
that thing. That sounds great.
We're gonna post this website. Also, like, it's so funny because it starts with a question like, "What prompted you to make it to the site? What exactly draws you to this particular character?" Instead of characters who with long-held backgrounds, personalities. It's hard to say, really. Wow, this is crazy.
This is a real thing that's really happening. You know what? Every character is somebody's favorite.
Yeah.
New life goal, guys, to have an opportunity to write an X-Men comic just so that I can pull this character in.
Wow. This is fantastic. Oh my god.
Thereby probably ensuring I will never get an opportunity to write that.
If you pitch an ice cream story, they're giving you the book. That's...
Oh, I'm sure.
Hands down.
I mean, you got to look at Jason Aaron. Every book he ever writes for Marvel, he has to implement the orb. So I don't think it's that far off being bad for Marvel.
I gotta say though, guys, ice cream is pretty low down on the. Oh man, I was gonna say food chain, and then I just realized what I was doing there.
Oh man.
I desperately am curious. I have this comic that he appears in. I actually have this comic.
Wow.
I got it at a flea market when I was very young. And I remember, like, I was young enough that the reason I got it is because I was super upset about the cover. Because the cover, I'm going to try to find it here so that I can show it to you guys. First, this is not exactly what I remember, but it's close enough. All right. So the cover here is there we go. I'm bad with lining things up here. It's Obnoxio the clown holding the and I actually didn't realize this is sort of a Crisis on Infinite Earths tribute. That completely escaped me as a kid. Yeah. But it's in place of like the dead Supergirl, it's got dead Kitty Pryde. And as a young lad, I bought this because I was super upset at the prospect that they had killed off Kitty Pryde.
Oh no.
Yeah. So they did not, by the way. But I do think that might be why I don't like clowns.
You found it. You found the exact moment when you started.
It's my clown hatred origin story.
Yeah, that's how it started, dude.
I want this therapy for you.
I want to read a super serious story where Ice Cream has like transformed himself into the shittiest flavor of sherbet that's like in the back of the freezer at the X-Men mansion, and is just like slowly biding his time for like Charles Xavier to pass away, so then he can take over like all of the school as the new.
That's where he's been the whole time.
Professor. Yeah. He's just like.
I think that's what you have to do with him is like, you know, someplace in the wreckage of one of the earliest iterations, there is this big, and it's like frostbitten, so it's complete. That's why he can't get out. It's like all frostbitten. It's all like solidified. He can't bust out of this container, and it's just been in the back of the fridge for like 20-something years.
It's like the worst flavor of sherbet. I don't know. Orange, is that pretty bad? I guess.
I like sherbet, so I don't know. You're talking to the wrong guy here.
I don't know.
The worst flavor of sherbet? I think maybe lime.
Lime, yeah, definitely lime.
Yeah,
it's too overpowering.
So lime is always the ugly stepchild of whatever flavor combo. That's why they don't have it in Skittles anymore. You just have that green apple shit now.
You just can't have a lime, you know?
I like that we covered a lot of territory here, and very little of it is my comic.
Yes, but again, to come full circle, the Kickstarter, you guys got to go support it. It's a fantastic story. You're getting 5 issues.
Should I pitch the book like real quick?
Yeah. Give us a quick pitch.
All right. Yeah. Should I actually talk about the comics instead of just coming on here talking shit with you guys for 2 hours and asking for money?
It's fine. It happens. I mean,
not going to tell you anything about the book. I just want you to give me money so that I can keep talking to these 2 guys.
We'll show up. We'll show up either way, so it's fine.
Every time you move your hand and like part of your hand disappears in the background, it freaks me out.
It's like, headless. We really need to pay for Mike's hand operation, his hand transplant. So if anybody could just send money to the Kickstarter for my hand, that would be great. Everyone, thank you. So you're giving a guy his hands back.
That's going to be the new reward. That's my stretch goal. Stretch goal. If we get past our funding threshold, the stretch goal is to get Mike his hands back.
Get him back. You have proof here on video.
All right. So, Street Clothes is a 5-issue comic series. It is a supervillain, neo-noir-esque crime and heist story about an ex-supervillain who retires. She leaves the life of a supervillain for some reason, which we figure out during the course of the story. And now she still has superpowers and she's still a criminal. She just doesn't wear a costume. She stays out of the limelight, stays off of the radar by working in street clothes. Drum roll, we have a title.
Oh,
and
I get it.
Now you understand it, right? You're just like, it's a clever title, but I don't understand how it relates to the book. And this book is the story of her getting sucked back into the supervillain life, having to do one last heist with a group of supervillains in order to save her life and the life of the people that she cares about. And that is the book. And like I said, 5-issue series for fans of Bendis's work, especially stuff like Jessica Jones, Powers, stuff. If you enjoy like Brubaker's Criminal or a lot of the stuff with Sean Phillips, like your Sleeper, Incognito. I think those are books that nicely kind of dovetail to it. We have the Kickstarter going now. We have a bunch of awesome rewards. There's a really cool comic creator, Jen Arledge, who is currently also doing a Kickstarter for a superhero, I think it's all ages, but young superhero anthology. And if somebody pledges to both my Kickstarter and Jen's, they will get some free digital comics. I'm also putting together a little bonus prize pack. My buddy Josh Dahl, who does a couple really, really cool comics, we're going to have some of his stuff on there. I just blanked on the name of his book, and I suck really bad. So I'm going to look that up really quick. But yeah, we're going to do some stuff with Josh. We've got a couple other awesome rewards coming up. But please support the book, support indie comics, and help us out.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, that was a lot more legitimate than the last hour we spent talking about. It was good stuff. That's all I remember. It was great. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
And we would like to thank you as well, because you were one of our sponsors for Free Comic Book Day. So if you guys see us indeed at Free Comic Book Day, we will have some of Travis's books for giveaways, and he will also be on our Free Comic Book Day episode. So look forward to that as well. Hopefully we're celebrating a successful Kickstarter by then.
Yeah. Josh's book is called Rapid City. I had the R and I had city. I just blanked on the word. Josh's book is amazing. City. I just have the mind of a goldfish on crystal meth. So that's what happened there with my short-term memory.
Yeah, I feel you, man. So where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
On the interwebs. Oh my God, you have so many options. So I'm on Twitter at Travis Holyfield. I have a Facebook presence, facebook.com/Travis M. Holyfield. I'm on Instagram as Travis M. Holyfield. And you can also go to the official Travis website, which is www.travismholyfield.com. But if you're going to remember one of these links and only one of these links, remember tinyurl.com/streetclothes.
Awesome.
There you go, everybody.
Well, thanks for being on the show again, dude. It's always a pleasure.
Brothers, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. I'm going to insist that we do Bad Supervillain every time I come up.
I'm not going to lie to you. I went on and I started looking because I was like, we need to bring this back for Travis. And I now have a list. So
awesome.
There's plenty for you to do from the future.
I'm going to be hard-pressed to do the thing where you're like, oh, their first appearance was this comic. And I'm just like, boom, this dude. I can't promise I'll ever be able to do that again.
That was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. That's I've been training my whole life for this moment, apparently. Mr. Holyfield, what can you contribute to the post-apocalyptic society?
I
don't know, man. You want to know anything about obscure X-Men villains?
That's so great.
So thanks for being on, man.
Hey, thanks for having, guys. Seriously. Appreciate all the support. Love the show. Love you guys. So thanks a lot.
And we're back.
Wow.
Travis is fun.
Yeah. What a rush.
Check out Street Clothes, everybody.
Yeah, Street Clothes, Kickstarter. Let's talk comic book news. New to Marvel Comics. I'm gonna let you talk about most of this, but X-23 is getting a book, which I don't know if you're a Wolverine fan, maybe that's.
Yeah, X-23 has their following. We got Mariko Tamaki and Joanne Cabal taking it. I don't know either of those creators either. Teach their own. I've never been a big mutant fan, but people really love the all-new Wolverine, so she seems to be picking up steam.
Next, Deadpool Assassin coming from Colin Bunn and Mark Bagley. Original. Well, they've done some stuff together, and I believe on Deadpool too. So, this will be kind of Colin Bunn's more serious take on Deadpool, I guess, and that's a great team. Don't know if I'll be checking it out though. Yeah, I don't think you'll be reading it. So the WonderCon has been happening all week. I was promised an Aquaman movie trailer, didn't get that. We're getting a lot of new DC comic news. Brian Hill's taking over to comics on number 982. And it's going to have a Batman like Black Lightning team up.
It's almost like Black Lightning has a successful TV show or something.
Yeah, it's almost like he's really popular right now. That's pretty cool. We got a couple new like Justice League Dark books. We got Justice League Dark. It's coming from James Tynion IV and Alvaro Martinez. And then we're getting Justice League Odyssey coming from Josh Williamson and Stefan Sejic, which it's pretty interesting. I know they always said they're going to do a Justice League Dark movie, but I don't think they even have a director for it. To get two books kind of focused on that is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, and the teams are interesting too. They include... So Justice League Dark will be Wonder Woman leading a team of Swamp Thing, Detective Chimp, Man-Bat, and Zatanna.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome, actually.
And then Odyssey is the one I think I will pick up because I like Josh Williamson and Stefan Shizek's art is fantastic. And that's got Starfire, Cyborg, Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, Azrael, and Darkseid.
Oh, what?
So...
Yeah. For sure.
Plus, I feel like there's some interesting stuff going on there.
Azrael, that's so strange. To throw Azrael.
That whole team is weird, but I mean, it's
like Azrael and Starfire. I don't know. This might be the first time they've ever been in a book together.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Those are like two heroes or not heroes, but two characters you don't expect to see next to each other. Yeah, I think they both sound exciting. I might start off reading both of these.
Odyssey's a 100% I will check out.
Yeah. So we got another round of the Hanna-Barbera crossovers. The last time they were awesome. The last time they did the whole Elmer Fudd Batman crossover, which was amazing.
That was Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes, I'm sorry. Now we're doing Hanna-Barbera.
So 2 years ago they did Hanna-Barbera.
I wonder if they're going to do it every other year.
Yeah.
It sounds like... Yeah, I can't even remember. Wow, the Hanna-Barbera one was like Flintstones with Booster Gold.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
That was the one that had the first issue, well, the first story of the Jetsons that started the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, now I remember. So Aquaman and Jabberjaw from Dan Abnett, Andrew Hennessy, and Paul Pelletier. Jabberjaw and Aquaman. Jabberjaw was the shark, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
I'm so down for this book, especially with the backup story.
Yeah. With the backup from Jeff Parker and Scott Killens. Yeah. They're doing the backup story. So,
and that backup story is Captain Caveman and the Spectre.
Oh my God. Yeah, that book is not gonna stay on the shelves too long. Black Lightning and Hong Kong Phooey by Brian Hill, Dennis Cohen, and Bill. Oh man, this is a hard one. Sienkiewicz. Black Lightning and Hong Kong Phooey is I'm hoping it's going to be like I think it's going to be like a Black Dynamite style.
Yeah, like this one,
it's got to be. I don't know.
This one runs a fine line because this could go really bad blaxploitation.
Yeah, it really could. Like they're towing the line here of like,
holy shit!
There's a ghost. We've angered the ghosts.
I'm sorry. Black Lightning Hong Kong Fu is gonna be great. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay, don't knock Chris's shit over. For anybody not watching, Chris's whiteboard just fell to the ground.
Yep, that happened.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. The backup is from. Oh, I think Parker and Collins are doing all the backup stories.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 backup stories though.
And they're gonna do a Jason Blood Funky Phantom crossover. This is getting ridiculous. The Flash crossover with Speed Buggy by Scott Lobdell, Brett Booth, and Norman Rapmund. That'll be a good one, obviously.
Yeah, and I was told by a resident speedster expert that Speed Buggy has a Reverse Flash type character.
Wow. Mind blown. Super Sons is crossing over with Dynamut from Peter J. Tomasi, Fernando Pasarin, and Eau Claire Albert. Wow. The Dynamut interaction with Crypto, I'm thinking, and maybe Bat Dog or Bat Cow.
I feel like the super pets all together need to be in this.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
I mean, we, as a whole, need more of Plastic Man's parrot.
Yeah, so. That's I forgot about that one. This might be the most exciting news of 2018. The crossover for Archie and Batman 66 announced by it's going to be announced and written by Jeff Parker, Michael Morecci, and Dan Parent. Wow. We had, I don't know how to spoil this, but we have a interview coming up with a certain writer on that book. A couple of the writers, I think, right?
Nope, just one.
Just one. Oh, okay. Well, either way,
right now
we're gonna let you figure out which one. But anyways, so Archie meets Batman 66. Yes, I'm getting that book.
100%, especially since it's old school Archie.
Yeah, like Hanna-Barbera Archie. Like what? Yeah. What is that even like?
And the thing that's really interesting here is, if we go in the Wayback Machine to I think a year ago, this book was rumored to be happening with Mark Waid at the helm.
Oh my god!
And it's interesting that he's not there.
Yeah, I mean he was writing the Archie book when they went to the actual comic. Yeah, he still is.
And it's interesting because I think it shows how he didn't just burn that bridge; he nuked that bridge.
Yeah, yeah, they don't want him. But yeah, those are pretty exciting. So what you been reading, Chris?
Well, I guess we can start with our review book. I just posted a video about it, but I just read Wasted Space #1, and it'll be out in your comic shops in mid-April, I think.
Yeah. And
this is from a fairly new publishing line from Vault Comics, and they do basically just sci-fi comics. And it's a very interesting book. Did you read it?
No, I didn't read it.
So it's interesting because the lead character, he's out in space and he has this whole speech, and at one point he was like a preacher, but he's one of those guys that has those giant churches and broadcasts it to everybody. And he claimed to be able to talk to the creator, and we find out that he could indeed talk to the creator.
Oh,
but he's got kind of sour the whole thing, and it's kind of just keeps telling the creator to fuck off in so many words.
Oh,
and then ends up meeting another person that has a connection to this creator as well, and that's kind of where our story leaves off. There's a lot of weird twists in there. All in all, I really liked it. The art for me is a little rough. I guess the guy who's drawing it is still. This is one of his first projects, I guess. His backgrounds are fantastic, but he needs to work on his faces. I mean, it's tough for me to criticize someone's art because I can draw stick figures, but those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach criticize. So
exactly. By all means, have at it.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I like the book. It's not that it's like awful and unreadable. It's just you can tell he's starting off because some of the stuff is a little rough. But I think the book's worth reading. I would like to check out the second issue as well. And then I get a tiny stack. Avengers 685. So Red Hulk is in an Iron Man suit, and he's fighting Hulk, and he gets his ass kicked.
Wait, Red Hulk in an Iron Man suit loses to Green Hulk?
Yeah.
What?
Well, Red Hulk is the current Red Hulk, I should say. He has this thing where he can push a button on his wrist, and he can Hulk out for an hour.
Just 1 hour?
Yeah, and he doesn't defeat Green Hulk fast enough. We got Mighty Thor 705. This is the death of Mighty Thor.
Ooh.
Spoilers. It's not on the cover or anything. But
wow. Wow.
So there's a whole fight with Thor and the Magog, and it's fucking epic. The entire issue, I think most of the issue is colored in red because it's just fire everywhere, and Asgardia is being destroyed, and it kind of reminiscent to Thor Ragnarok because all of the Asgardians have to get on this lifeboat and kind of leave. And,
it's like the same exact story.
Yeah, and Jane Foster, before she throws Magog into the sun, and then she's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna finish it," and throws the hammer at him, and the hammer goes into the sun. So, Thor's hammer is no more.
All right,
and Jane Foster is dead. So yeah, it's interesting. It was really good though. So I'm interested to see what happens with Thor moving forward.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then I got Thanos number 17. Did you read this?
Yes, I read Thanos. That was epic issue. We finally get the fight between the two of them and the evil the Black Silver Surfer.
Yeah, who was also
Silver Surfer
wielding Thor's hammer. Speaking of Thor's hammer, and it was a pretty epic fight. I'm pretty sure Ghost Rider is dead.
Yeah,
like he gets pretty fucked up in this issue.
Yeah, like they don't show up, but like Thanos drops the hammer like through him or like destroys him with the hammer. Like.
That's Silver Surfer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Ghost Rider takes the hammer to the face.
Yeah, Ghost Rider. Well, I'm not sure if he's dead, but they make it seem like he died.
Yeah,
for sure.
And we get to see Bruce Banner beg to be killed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And he does get killed because he gets stabbed through the heart as well as Norrin Rad. And he like takes Silver Surfer's face and shoves it through the handle of Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty. It was pretty metal.
Yeah, and we end the issue with Death showing up in a wedding dress. So
so she's like ready to get hitched now. That's all it took.
So she's about to get some of that Bone Zone with Mr. Thor there. Or, I mean, sorry, Thanos.
It looks like Thanos and Thanos are gonna fight over her though. That's what it looks like in the next issue. Which is weird. Yeah. Now it's turning into a rom-com. Is what that?
Yeah, if it turns into like 2.5 Men.
2.5.
Thanos.
It's like man. When he's a Titan, right? Like Titan. And then like comes down in the morning and has his cup of coffee, and like she's like bitching at him for not taking the garbage out. I don't know what happens on 2.5 Men. I've never watched that show.
See, young Thanos comes down.
Yeah.
And then she follows him, obviously because they went to the Bone Zone.
Oh, yeah.
And she comes down and starts yelling at old Thanos because she only keeps old Thanos around to do the chores and get rid of stuff. Like, you have young Thanos to take care of those, bone zone he needs. We've got a story here somewhere.
Yeah, there's something. I'm sure it's already in development, honestly, if they were smart. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I read.
I had Batman this week. They kind of resolved the whole Poison Ivy thing. They distract her and they get Harley Quinn to come help because Harley Quinn's like friends with Ivy, and they say, okay, we need to help you. That's basically what happens. They kind of distract. They have Batman sends Catwoman to go distract Poison Ivy while he's like in the hospital, and then he steals Harley Quinn from the hospital, and she saves the day.
So speaking of Batman, we didn't mention it in the news last week, but you saw that there's going to be like 80 different one-shots for this wedding, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they're doing like a ton of one-shots. Like, are you going to get all of them, or are you just going to be like, fuck it, and just get the Tom King ones?
I might just get the Tom King. I don't know. It depends on... I'm actually going to be picky about who's writing it. I'm not just going to roll up and grab these wedding issues left and right. I might wait because I know how the DC tie-ins can be, and like... Kind of like with the Convergence one-shots, they were kind of just like an advertisement for Convergence. I think I might wait it out, or at least just get the Tom King ones, like you said.
You don't want to get Harley's take on the...
No, I don't. I really don't. I really don't even care. I don't, not even a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I had Superman this week too with, it was Bizarro World, and we got to see, we got Superman and everybody over to Bizarro Land, and then we saw Bizarro Robin, because like the Super Sons hang out with each other. They hang out with each other on Bizarro World too. But they just got what did they send? They sent Superman. Superman shows up and is like, okay, we got to stop all this. So they like throw him on the moon, and then we find out is all the Bizarro heroes are gonna like fight them, like Bizarro Hawkman and Bizarro just anyone you could think of, any of the DC heroes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I was like, I just want to see the Bizarro version of everybody now. So I can't wait. I hope that's what we're getting in the next issue. I had Kick-Ass come out this week, and I also had Outcast, but I'm still waiting to get those in the mail, so I haven't read them yet. Cool. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
Fortress Ricker on Twitter is the new one. That's it. Follow me.
And you can find me at Fortress Chris on Twitter, as you can follow the show on a bunch of places. So FortressComicNews.com, YouTube.com/FortressComicNews, Facebook.com/FortressComicNews, Twitter at FCN_official. I'm sure there's other places I'm forgetting. Remember, do all the reviews, thumbs up, comment below, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Makes me feel good about myself. And I like to feel good about myself. And yeah, we got a cool month ahead. Next week's episode is going to be looking like just me in an interview.
Oh.
And, but after that,
boy
howdy, do we have some guests.
Yeah, we got some stuff lined up for you guys. I think we're all pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and then that all ends and we jump right into Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, just like that. The summer will be over. Oh, man.
So, yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See ya. you soon, Ed.
Before you leave, I'm gonna do a quick segment to put at the end of the episode, real quick. What was the name of the Decepticon you're looking for, Mike?
Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude. I don't know what
Jackson. Come here.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know either. This is happening live.
All right, guys, I got a Transformers expert. Come here. All right.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Is Verisimilitude a Decepticon?
No.
No? All right, Mike, you suck. Thanks, buddy.
It sounded like one.
Don't quote him on that.
I'm not an expert though.
That's going at the end of the show.
It's not hard to sound like a Decepticon name, dude. Like in Mike's defense, there's a lot of words that sound like they could be Decepticons.
Yeah, see, I have someone on my side. Okay.
I'm not saying I'm on your side, Mike. I don't want you to feel bad about yourself when this is all over.
You know, Mike, I'll do the show by myself next week. How about that?